Hi everyone. In this lecture, we are going to talk about data analysis with pandas. So the way that I'm going to work with this is first we are going to talk about data analysis in this section, and then we are going to talk about data visualization. Now, right at the start, I have to say that data analysis and data visualization, they are very broad topics, very extensive areas of data science. Now, covering them within one lecture of the Python course is as an ultimate task. But what I can do is give you just give you a very small idea what this data analysis is, how you can get insight into your data. Again, complete courses, like very extensive courses, have to be dedicated to the topic of data analysis, data visualization, data mining, and all this cool stuff. But the way that I've structured this getting started course with data analysis is that we are going to have pandas for data analysis, and then we're going to talk about pandas for data science, and then we are going to talk about NumPy for data science, which we have covered before, right? A little bit. So the reason that we have this very short course, very short getting started course, is because for our next essentials course, you have some idea, okay, what pandas is, what is Jupyter Notebook, so you're not confused with all of that introductory setting up stuff, even though we are going to add another software. But it's not going to be a new concept. It's just going to be a new software. That's it. The environment is going to be the same, but the way that we reach this environment is going to be different. The only thing different with the environment is that we are not going to use VS Code at all for Pandas or for NumPy courses. So again, very tiny, like a very tiny minuscule speck in a very large universe of data analysis and data visualization. So first off, let's go ahead and let's import pandas, and I'm going to alias it as PD. You could alias it however you want, but this is the common convention. And then what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read a CSV file. The way that we can read a CSV file is that we have the read CSV API of pandas, which is going to return the data in the form of a data frame. We have taken a look at data frame before, but I'm going to assume that you have no idea what a data frame is. Now, a data frame is a two-dimensional pandas data structure. Remember in our previous lecture when we talked about pandas, we said that it's got some very cool data structures. That's how it performs its analysis, analytical and visual tasks. It's got data structures, like unique data structures for pandas. Data frame is a two-dimensional pandas data structure, which you can think of it as a table, similar to a table. So first off, I'm going to create a variable df, short for data structure, and I'm going to grab our panda, and from there I'm going to grab a method called read CSV, which is going to read a CSV file. Now, if we go to the root directory for this section, we have, you know what, I'm going to keep the app.py here. We have the sales, which is a CSV file, right? So it is within the same directory as this notebook. I'm going to say sales.csv. Make sure you provide the name for it. Now, the way that this works is that if you just say shift enter, it's going to execute it. But if you want to take a look at it, then there is another trick. Just write the name of the variable. So just write the name you don't have to say print anymore. Just write the name and then say shift, and it's going to give you all the data. And you can see how super fast it is. So it just fetched us 4,976 rows into 12 columns. This is called data analysis. So you got all of this data, and the way that you analyze data is using pandas. It's going to give you insight. How? Let's just demystify data analysis. So let's say you want to return only the first 5 entries. Then you're going to say df dataframe.head. When you say shift enter, it's just going to return the first 5 entries from that CSV file. So this is a very large CSV file, right? It's almost 5,000 entries. But in real world, you might have hundreds of thousands of rows and customers and products. Then Pandas is very cool. And this is just to show you that how powerful Pandas is and how you can get started with data analysis. Now, you might be wondering, can I get the last 5 entries? Yes, we do have a method for that as well. Now, keep in mind, these methods are available for data frames. This read CSV API, this is available for the Pandas. It's not available for the data frame, for the Pandas. So you need to distinguish these. Enter the last 5 of them. Now, let's just dive in more. Let's understand more about our data. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you another method that is going to give us more info or a lot of information about this CSV file with just one command, with just one method. And we are going to know, okay, what is our CSV? What are its columns? How many columns there are? How many entries there are? So we are analyzing, right? We are analyzing our CSV file. So I'm going to say df.info, head, shift, hold, shift, press, enter. And there we go. So this is the cool part. Now, instead of just going in manual counting, we can see that it's a class of panda.core.frame.dataframe class. So it is a class, right? It is range index 4973 entries 0 to 4975. This many entries, but they start from 0 and they go to 4975. So we have our index for our columns. We have 0 all the way to 11. It says data columns, total 12 columns. What are the columns? We have the index, which shows how many columns there are. What are the different column names, order num, order type, customer name, customer state, product category, product number, product name, quantity, price, discount, and order total. What are the count? It's this many, 4976. Are they not null? Non-null? Yes, they're non-null. What is D type or data type? Integer, object, integer. And then there are 2 different data types. We have integers and we have objects. What is the memory usage? 466.6 KB. So you can see how it provides us insight into our data. And I exactly know what is my CSV, what is it that I'm actually dealing with. So thanks to this method of Pandas. Now let's move on and let's talk about some functions that can work on a single column in the data frame. Now through these functions that work on single column, we can find out different info about a specific data frame column. So when you import that CSV file into your Jupyter notebook, it's no longer a CSV, it's a data set, it's a data frame. And you have columns in your data frame because, again, data frame is a 2-dimensional Pandas data structure. It has columns and it has rows, 2 dimensions. The first function that I would like to take a look at is the value counts. So let's grab a column. I'm going to grab the product category column. Let's put it inside quotes, product category, and I'm going to say value counts. Let's just run this, and now you can see with different functions you can access different kinds of information about your CSV file, about your data in general. So what this value counts is going to do is it's going to take a look at this column, product category, and it's going to count its values and it's going to group them together. What does that mean? It means that we have this ebooks product inside the product category. So inside the product category, what do we have? We have different types of products. We have ebooks, training videos, blueprints, drone kits, robot kits, drones, and robots. Now, it also shows how many times a product has been ordered, how many times a variable in a column has been repeated. So ebooks has been repeated 1296. It means that our customers have ordered ebooks 1296 times. And robots, they have been ordered, or they have been purchased, how many times? 336 times. This is not the total quantity. Keep that in mind. This is the number of times a certain company has purchased or has ordered a certain product. Now, when you multiply this by the quantity, then you're going to know, okay, in general, I myself, as like the evolutive learning company, I have sold like 1296 times 1296 ebooks to 1296 companies, and each company has bought like 10 times 10 ebooks. So that's going to be like 120,000. Is that correct? Yeah, 120,000 something. So it's going to be like that, right? Then we have the name category, data type integer 64. Now this value counts, it works efficient on columns with small counts. For example, let's just use it again. So this time I'm going to grab the order type. So order type dot value underscore counts. Hit enter. Values counts. Now another cool thing about Jupyter Notebooks, I'm really happy that this error came up, is that you can just go ahead and remove the S and hold shift and rerun it again, and then it's going to give you that order type. So out of the products that I've sold, most of them have been wholesale, right? Because I have 33 products which have been wholesale. It means more than one of them have been sold. So more than one ebook, right? Or more than one robot. But we have 2143 retails. Order type, data type is integer 64. So now you're getting, okay, what this data science, what this data analysis is. Now, there is another method, and that is describe, and that is the best method if you want to work on numerical columns. And it's going to give us more insight as opposed to value counts. It's just going to count the values, but that describe is actually going to give us more information about that numeric column. So let's grab our data frame. Let's pass in what column from this data frame do I want to grab. Let's grab the order total. And I'm going to say describe. Just do that and let's hit enter. Now, what is this? It means how many counts do we have in this order total? We have 4,976 records within this, or entries within this order total column. How many of them are unique? There are 1,215 of them are unique. It means they have not been repeated. So it's order total. It means that we're talking about money. So I'm just going to open up the cells. Let's just go over the CSV. Come on, buddy. There we go. We are right here. So where is order total? So it's about money, right? So if I zoom this in, so you can see here we have 88, 178. So there are 1,215 records which are actually unique. Why is this still open? Okay, because we're using it, right? But the rest of them, they're not unique. It means they have been repeated more than once. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually trying to look for something that has been repeated. It may be very difficult for me to find that. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So we have 12 bucks here. Have we had 12 bucks above? 13. Okay, let's go back. 12 is the most common, and here it is. So here we have 2 times where the 12 bucks has been repeated. Now, what is the most common? Which one has been repeated the most? It's $12. How many times? 90 times. So in 4,976 counts, 90 of those are going to be $12. So the column name and the data type. Now, what if we go ahead and we use the value counts on this? So I'm going to say df dot order total dot value underscore counts. So open this and just hit enter, and there we go. So what do we get? We got, but it's different perspective, but the best practice way is to use describe on numeric values, because even though it provides you with this kind of data, it's not like really like obvious what it is that you're actually looking at. So if I were to first show you value counts and then show you describe, then you would have known, okay, the upside. I should have done it in reverse. I should have first shown you the value counts. Now, because okay, this 90, it represents frequency, right? Because you took a look right at the describe. But let's say you don't know that describe even exists, right? It's not going away, so I'm just gonna come on, buddy. There we go. So you can see that $12, it says 90. So you have no idea that what does this 90 represent? Does it represent it has been multiplied by this? Does it represent the unique values that 12 has? What does that represent? It is like a little bit vague, a little bit ambiguous. We also have $8.99, which also has been repeated 90. So for you, whenever you run this describe, it may not have returned 8.99. 12. It may have returned 8.99. The reason for that is both of them are 90. It doesn't really matter. And then you can see these are the orders which have been repeated only once. So it's basically a difference of opinion, but describe is a better practice to be used with numerical columns. Now, what I would like you to do is to imagine that you have millions of entries, you have hundreds of thousands of clients, as opposed to almost 5,000 entries in this CSV file. Therefore, the describe function provides better insight when it comes to numerical values, variables, or columns. And with this, our lecture comes to an end. This was the second lecture in this getting started, very short course. And now you have this idea, okay, that what do people actually mean by data analysis? It's going to be a very higher level of data analysis than just basically showing stuff and talking about it. You're going to have data analysis. It's always going to be accompanied by data visualization. There is no way it's not going to, because when you analyze data, the best way is to visualize it, not talk about it. I mean, you have to talk about it, of course, when you're in some sort of corporate meeting. You're deciding which product has to be promoted more, which product has to be like scrapped, which product is deprecated, I don't know, like it's expired, which products, what are the customer satisfaction and all that cool stuff. So based on different criteria, you're going to make analytical business decisions. Those business decisions, they're going to either improve or promote your current business, or it's going to just degrade it or demote it. And these analytical solutions, they are best created with these sort of machine learning tools, data scientific tools. Because if you were to just go ahead and old-fashioned way analyze all the data, it would probably take you like 2 to 3 months. But you can do it in just like 10 minutes with Pandas. Very simple, right? So, and you're going to get better insight, because working a lot on it, you're just going to get tired. You're going to exhaust yourself. But this is easier. It's very accurate, 100% accurate. And it's going to give you insight into your business better. And what I'm trying to say is that's why data science is being used. Data science at its bare bones is being used to promote a business, to be able to make its products sell better. in all areas, like higher customer satisfaction, better product marketability, and all that stuff. So it's highly analytical, highly business oriented decisions, profit oriented decisions that you're actually taking. And these tools, their main idea is this, that they're created to promote a business, right? That's why they're highly in demand. Data science is like the most in demand job. It's the hottest job in the United States. It's very well paid. It has a lot of demand. There is a lot of potential in data science, and there is a bright future. And this is just like the starting steps, like the first, like the baby steps in this entire vast ocean that is data science. So with this, our data analysis lecture comes to an end. In the next lecture, we are going to take a look at two graphs, and then two visualizations, and then we are going to try to talk about them so you really understand, okay, how data is read, how data is visualized, how data is analyzed. So see you in the next lecture.